Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, 35 out-of-school youth from Ginubatan, Albay participated in a three-day event titled the Youth Empowerment Seminar held last week at Farmers Auditorium, FBVL, Kabaangan, Kamalig, Albay. The seminar aimed to equip out-of-school youth with the knowledge and skills necessary to become productive members of their community and to discourage them from engaging in illegal drugs. The PSWDO invited various national government agencies from the provincial government to provide information on educational and training programs, scholarships, short vocational courses, and employment opportunities available to out-of-school youth. This initiative was made possible through the provincial government of Albay in collaboration with the Albay Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office and the Department of Social Welfare and Development. In other story, the provincial government of Albay through the Provincial Planning and Development Office, PPDO, is said to prioritize the creation of local ordinances aimed at facilitating energy investments in the province. In an interview during the Renewable Energy and Investment Summit, PPDO Coordinator Arnold Sionrubia shared that the province will focus on passing ordinances related to renewable energy investments in Albay. The initiative is aimed at solidifying partnerships with 6 investors, both local and foreign, who have committed to supporting solar and wind power programs and attracting additional investors to the province. In the national scene, 10 out of 12 Marcos administration senatorial beds for 2025 polls have secured the top spots in the senatorial preference survey by the social weather station SWS. Based on a survey conducted by the star-based group from September 14 to 23, ACT-CIS party list representative Erwin Tulfo sustained his first spot after garnering 54% voter preference. Former Senate President Vicente Soto, the third, placed second, while Senator Pia Cayetano landed on the third spot with 34% and 31% respectively. On the other hand, Senator Amy Marquez and former President Rodrigo Duterte got tied in the 4th and 5th positions with 25%. Meanwhile, President Marquez assured the public that the administration's bets would help him fight for the rights of the Filipinos. The said commission survey was conducted through in-person interviews with 1,500 respondents throughout the country. In other story, the recent hike in Guinea International Airport consumers and transport rights advocates, calling it unjustified and against the public interest. Imposed on the first day of October, the 24-hour car parking fees rose from 300 to 1,200 pesos. For short-term parking, the fee increased from 40 for the first 3 hours to 50 pesos for the first 2 hours, while the rate for every succeeding hours rose from 15 to 25 pesos. The president of the Consumers Union of the Philippines, Rodel Tayton, described the new parking rate adjustments as really high, noting that the overnight fee grew from 4 times the previous rate. Moreover, according to the Group Passenger Forum, the new NAIA management should hold the rate changes and conduct public consultation first. This rate modification is due to the persisting parking shortage for actual passengers because many non-passengers take advantage of the low parking rates in NAIA. In other news, around 750 prisoners at the Negros Occidental District Jail have called for an appeal to the lawmakers to increase their budget for food and medicine due to inflation. The inmates sent a petition letter raising their concern, asking for an increase in their daily budget for food from 70 to 100 pesos each, and from 14 to 30 pesos each for medicine. The prisoners also shared that their families were forced to provide them financial and material aid because of the lack of funds inside the jail, which worsened their family's economic situation. They also emphasized that their current situation does not align with the safekeeping and development objectives of the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. And in the news outside the country, about 180 missiles were fired by Iran into Israel as the conflict between the two countries continued to escalate. The residents gathered at the bomb shelters as Iran fired over 100 missiles across Israel. According to Israeli military spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, the country's air forces blocked many Iranian missiles, but some were able to hit central and southern Israel. Triggered by the said attack, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu pledged to fight back, noting that Iran made a big mistake and they will definitely pay for it. It can be recalled that Israel and Iran have been in a shadow war for years, but rarely had direct attacks. And finally, in the news outside the country, United States President Joe Biden has revealed that he will be meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to discuss a joint response against Iran. This statement came after Iran launched over 100 of missiles targeting Israel. Biden noted that the U.S. is fully supportive of Israel, especially after the said Iranian attack. Meanwhile, the president has remained silent about their action, noting that the said matter is still in active discussion. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, October 3, 2024. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, Albay PIO, and on the technical side, Chad Bovis. And of course, our provincial information officer, Mary Luduca Castillo. And under the supervision of our governor, Edsel Grace Lagman. I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing.